Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dave, and these are my own thoughts and opinions, and I do not speak on behalf of the Lane Transit District. The talk of the morning that I want to give is on choosing your battles. As we go through our day as public transit operators, or even city workers or coach operators or whatever capacity you work in, one thing that we have to remember is that when we're dealing with society or the public or customers, that arguments are monumentally fruitless. And the one thing that we forget is that when we are trying to give information or inform somebody of a policy or whatever, that person might not be capable of grasping what you're trying to say, understanding what it is you're trying to convey to them. And the reason why is because they're locked in their own belief. And all you're going to do is you're going to get them to lock in to their own misconception. And especially in like public transit, where you're talking about a fare or a policy on the bus, where you have an unhoused individual that's trying to bring something on the bus or not have to pay. Their perspective of reality has been totally tainted before the conversation even starts. So when you're trying to give them information, they are not listening to you. They're not listening to understand what you're saying. They're just going to argue because they want to get their way. They don't want anybody to argue with them. They don't want anybody to tell them they can't do it. And that's the difference between a meaningful conversation and a useless argument. Okay, so we need to choose our battles. Sometimes we just need to step back, proverbially, because we're sitting in a seat, and maybe even bring another individual to the conversation through a supervisor or whatever, and have somebody else handle the situation, because arguing is just not going to settle anything, and we're just going to get frustrated. So make sure you determine, whether it's a meaningful conversation or a useless argument, and go from there. Choose your battles.